Have you ever wondered why God, who is loving, merciful, and full of compassion, is able to forgive every kind of sin we commit, but cannot forgive Satan? It's a question many Christians struggle with, and understanding the answer doesn't just reveal truth about Satan. It reveals something powerful about the heart of God, the nature of sin, and the depth of His grace toward us. Before we go deeper, write this short prayer in the comments as your act of faith. Lord, thank you for your mercy. Help me never take your grace for granted. Type it and let it be your declaration today. Now let's walk through 3 biblical reasons why Satan cannot be forgiven, and how each one reveals something about God's holiness and His love for humanity. Point 1. Satan sinned with full knowledge and full light. The first reason is this: Satan did not sin in weakness, he sinned in perfect understanding. You and I sin from limitation. We fall because we are human, because we are tempted, pressured, misled, or overwhelmed. But Satan was not tempted from weakness. He fell from glory. The Bible describes him as a being who stood in the very presence of God. He saw God's beauty, God's power, God's holiness, not by faith but by sight. Ezekiel describes him as perfect in beauty, a guardian cherub, covered in precious stones, walking among the stones of fire in God's mountain. And yet, even with all that glory, even with all that evidence, he still chose rebellion. Isaiah reveals his heart when it says, "You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will make myself like the Most High." Isaiah 14:13-14. This was not a mistake. It was not confusion. It was not a moment of weakness. It was intentional, informed, deliberate rebellion against the God he fully knew. God forgives those who fall in darkness. Satan fell in full light. Point 2. Satan is incapable of repentance. The second reason is this: forgiveness requires repentance, and repentance is impossible for Satan. God is not unwilling to forgive. His mercy is limitless. His grace reaches to the lowest place. But forgiveness has a doorway, and that doorway is repentance. Human beings still have softness in their hearts. We still have the ability to turn around. We can be convicted, humbled, restored. But Satan's heart is completely hardened. Jesus said in John chapter 8, verse 44, "There is no truth in him. He is a liar and the father of lies." Not, he lies sometimes. Not, he struggles with pride. His nature has become entirely corrupted. He is fixed in evil, forever unchanging, forever rebellious. He does not want forgiveness. He will never desire reconciliation. He is incapable of humility or repentance. And because repentance is impossible, forgiveness cannot apply. It is not that God refuses him. It is that Satan has permanently refused God. Forever. Point 3. Satan's sin was cosmic, destructive, and ongoing. And third, Satan didn't just rebel personally. He initiated the greatest cosmic revolt in history. His fall wasn't private. He dragged a third of the angels with him, deceiving them into joining his rebellion. Then he attacked humanity, God's image bearers, corrupting creation through temptation, deception, and destruction. Through Satan came sin, pain, death, division, suffering, spiritual blindness, the battle between good and evil, the ruin of countless lives. And here's the key: his rebellion is not in the past, it is ongoing. The Bible calls him the accuser, the deceiver, the adversary, the roaring lion seeking whom he may devour. He is still leading souls away from God, still corrupting truth, still fighting against God's plan. How can God forgive a rebellion that never ended? How can God pardon a being who is still destroying his creation? Justice would be violated. Holiness would be compromised. Evil would be left unpunished. But here's the part Christians often miss. Understanding why God cannot forgive Satan helps us understand why he joyfully forgives us. You sin in weakness, not in full light. You fall, but your heart is still capable of turning back. You are not fixed in rebellion. You are not beyond redemption. You are not beyond hope. God's mercy towards you is not small. It is massive. It is undeserved. It is beautiful. It means this: Where Satan rejected God forever, you still have the chance to return. Where Satan hardened his heart, your heart can still be softened. Where Satan chose pride, you can choose surrender. Where Satan said, "I will exalt myself," you can say, "Lord, have mercy on me." So here's the takeaway. Never underestimate the privilege of repentance. Never take forgiveness lightly. Never treat God's mercy as ordinary. The door of grace is still open for you, a door Satan can never walk through. If you feel far from God, return. If you feel ashamed, confess. If you feel broken, surrender. God's arms are open wide. His mercy is still flowing, and His love reaches deeper than your worst mistake. Because unlike Satan, you were made to be redeemed. You were created to come home.